Go ahead. Do you feel like camp has gone so far?
I think it's been really good. You know, there's a lot of new faces, and it's really competitive. I think this is one of the most competitive camps I've seen since I've been here, which is, I think, great.
Looks like the defense might have had a little bit of an edge on the offense today. Did you kind of feel that out there?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, yeah, yes. Like, we came out and we were ready to go. Especially, you know, I mean, I know I can only speak for the D-line. We can't come out flat ever. You know, I mean, it's not allowed. It's basically illegal to come out flat. So, you know, we came out with juice and ready to compete and fly around. You know, we know we can't be softer on these guys. You know what I mean? It's a hard position.
How important is the play of the defensive tackles? How important is that for the rest of the defense?
It is, like, it's extremely important. You know what I mean? All positions on the field, all 11 are extremely important. The moment that one guy messes up, anything could go wrong. Interior is like, that is like, if you can't defend the run, then it's going to be a long night. So for us, it's our play is extremely important in setting the tone of the defense, especially when, you know, we got big guys running to the ball. That's something that we always emphasize, is big guys running to the ball. That you know, when an offensive coordinator sees a bunch of big bodies running and trying to take kill shots on, you know what I mean, guys coming back across the field or stuff like that, you know what I mean, chasing down perimeters, that intimidates them. So,
what would you say your role is? Is it a matter of disruption, occupying blockers? What is it?
It's many things. I would say, bottom line, violence, disruption, those are like the keys.
A little bit of chaos on it?
A little bit of chaos, yeah. You know, holding blockers, yes, it's a part of D-line play, you know what I mean, taking on scoops, combinations, stuff like that. But we also want to make plays, so, right? So, like, that's why violence is such a key thing, you know what I mean? You knock a guard back, you get a bump from a tackle, you throw him in the gap, and then you're right where you need to be able to make a play, you know? This is the best place in the world, honestly.
You're going up against a lot of new offensive linemen, a lot of portal guys, and also Nick Morrow's a new starter at tackle too. What are your thoughts on those guys?
I think that there's some hard-nosed guys, you know what I mean? Especially, I'll give props where props is due. Will is doing his thing right now. He's a hard player. A lot of those guys, I'm very happy to see that our O-line is becoming a little chippy. You know what I mean? That's what you need. You know what I mean? That's what separates an average team from a great team.
No patty cakes out there?
No patty cakes. You can't come out here and patty cake. Yeah.
Your name was brought up quite a bit throughout the spring as someone who made some growth this offseason. Where do you feel like you've developed as a player?
You know, I think that reflecting on last year, I was rehabbing from double knee surgery, and I mean, I get tired of talking about it because it was such a rough time, you know what I mean, in my life. It took a toll on my mental health, but it also taught me a lot about perseverance. So I kind of had no choice but to go through it. I was in pain every day, but you got to come out here every day and give it 100%. You can't, you know, you can't throttle back just because you're in pain. I think that over the course of last season, you know, I was starting to trust my body more, little by little, week by week. You know, I was always talking with my coach just because, you know, just like I said, it was a hard time, and I had, honestly, I was extremely depressed, and like I wasn't used to not producing like how I was producing before I was, you know what I mean, tore up. And so, you know, I just continued to just develop, and then going into the spring, I was like, you know what, like, get rid of the braces, like, just play free, You know what I mean? Go out there and like do what you know that you can do. And you know, I think that through the spring, I gained a lot more confidence in myself. I started, just in general, I started to feel like myself again. You know, that was the biggest thing. Last year I really didn't feel like myself at all. I started to feel like myself again. And I think that how I ended the spring was how I wanted to start fall camp. Because like that last week of spring practice was probably like my best week of spring practice. So for me, it was about taking that, thinking about it all summer workouts, you know, busting my ass during workouts, hitting all the goals that I had personally set for myself, and then just starting right back on it as soon as we got back on the field for the first day of fall camp, really. And I think now, you know, the D-line is extremely competitive. Right now, all I'm worried about, man, is just finding the best role that I can for the team, and just continuing to just like get better every day. Whatever it is, you know what I mean, for the team to win, whatever it is for the D-line to be at their best, whether that's, you know what I mean, a pass rush package, you know what I mean, first and second down, I will do whatever, you know what I mean, I don't care.
How did you hear about the lockdown, and what was your reaction?
Honestly, I still really don't know much. The biggest thing for us, like, was, you know, we were out here at practice, we got called up, everybody was supposed to go down to the locker room. The biggest thing for us was just keeping everybody safe. Yeah, I still really don't know much. That was something. It was a weird day. It's a weird day.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.